Hello, good morning. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me and showing you what a day in my life looks like. I've obviously seen plenty of people vlog their days in the past, and everyone's day is so different. And recently I saw a few entrepreneurs vlogging their days to show you the behind the scenes in their businesses, and it just struck me how different their days are than my days. So I wanted to show you one of my days. The first thing, thanks Light. But the first thing that I think I should say is just to acknowledge that every day is very different. Today's Wednesday, and when I thought of filming this video and planned to film it on this particular day, I did so because I normally record podcasts on Wednesdays, and I thought that that would be an interesting thing to see because on Mondays we do YouTube videos, and that's just like an intense lot of hours of filming smack in the middle of the day, and that's like all we do. And then on the other days I'm often just like sitting at my computer typing, and that doesn't look very interesting. So I thought, hey, Wednesdays recording podcasts, that'll work really well. That'll make for some good, interesting video content. But then a couple podcast guests ended up booking their interviews for this week, Tuesday, and this week, Thursday. So I'm not going to record a podcast today because my week ended up getting full of that. This day isn't going to look all that interesting from the work perspective. I'll still explain to you guys what I'm doing, but it's mostly going to look like me sitting and typing. But I'm also going to bring you around so you can see the whole rest of my day and kind of get a complete picture. You know, when I woke up and when I go to bed and when I take a break and when I stop working, what I do with my kids, just all that sort of lifestyle stuff that you guys don't normally get to see. Plus you will see what I get to do to run my business on a Wednesday, except without the podcast recording that I often do. So anyway, that's kind of what I have planned for my day. Kind of. What I'm going to do right now is it is about 8 o'clock. I got up around 7. It was a little after this morning. I slept in a little bit more than normal. And also I didn't sleep very much the night before. So yeah, I was tired, so I slept in. But now I'm up. It's about 8 o'clock. That's when I normally try to be in my office by, sit down to get some work done. I often end up taking a break a little bit later in the morning to like eat some breakfast and stuff like that, but I try to be in my office working by about 8 o'clock. So the very first work task that I'm going to do on my computer over here is to plan out my tasks for the day. That's what I do almost every day. First is I go through Asana, I sort through all the tasks, because a lot of the time I have
connected to PSKTOP 94137L0.
I gotta just sort through all the tasks that people have assigned to me and make sure that they all have the right due date so that I have a very simple, organized agenda for the day instead of an agenda with millions of things that will be super overwhelming. Oh, one other thing that I should say is, what are my kids doing right now? They woke up just a few minutes ago, and right now they're just getting themselves ready for the day. They're pretty good at getting themselves up and dressed and using the bathroom and all that, and they help. The older one helps the younger ones to get those things done, and then they'll just come up and they'll start playing by themselves. I think it's good for them to have some nice like independent playtime. I'm keeping an ear out the whole time, and I've got the baby monitor too. And then at 9 o'clock, my sister-in-law, who is nannying them 2 days a week, is going to show up, and she's going to keep taking care of them because their playing happily would devolve if I just let them do that all day, obviously. So they're going to need a little bit of structure later on, but for now, they are a-okay. Well, okay, so I just sorted through my Asana to-do list, and there is a lot on it today. Honestly, more than I'm going to be able to get to today. And so what I should do is I should really prioritize and reschedule some things for other days. I'm not the best about doing that because I kind of just want to like get through as much as I can, and then I'll reschedule the rest that I don't get to once I see like what I actually don't get to. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. It would be less overwhelming a feeling if I did reschedule the stuff right now, but I just want to see how much I can get through today. Of course, there's like only so many hours in a day, and I've got other things I need to do today aside from just work anyway. So now it's about 8:30, so I'm just gonna get to work, get as much done as I can, and we'll see how this goes.
Good morning. Good morning, Gillian.
Did you say go say good morning over there? Well, I wish we were eating something prettier, something nicer than cereal this morning, because we only eat cereal like once a week, and of course it would be this morning that this is what we're eating. But I just don't really feel like there is enough time this morning to make something else. The frustrating thing about vlogging, and part of the reason I don't normally do it, is because I find that it takes me a long time. It takes so many hours out of my day when I do it, and it means that I get about half as much done as I normally would. So we're eating cereal because if we're vlogging, then there isn't time to also make breakfast. So you are taking them to ELP today? Yes. Okay.
Tomorrow, so you to give me 2 verses.
I've escaped back to my office. It is 9:09 now. So I'm just gonna get to work. Okay, so whenever I am sitting down to do some serious work, I always try to prioritize, like do first, any sort of content creation or creative work that I need to do, because I find that that is the part of the thing that I need the most energy for. So if I wait until later in the day when I have worked a fair amount, then I might still have enough energy to do easy things, but I won't have enough energy to really tackle a creative project. So I'm just looking down my to-do list right now, and it looks like the most creative, highest priority things I need to do are outlining video lessons for our new Video Creator Academy program. I also need to film a video for our Startup Society members. We're refilming the welcome video just to give them the best initial experience possible. And then I need to write a bunch of emails. And this is a really important task. It's definitely not urgent at all, but it is important. And that is the thing that will take the most creative energy. So I think I'm actually going to start with that one. I'm writing these emails to welcome new members into Startup Society after they join. And one thing that I want to share with them and really help them with is thinking about the reason why they joined, so that they're really clear on that, and so that they have that that reason why that they can keep coming back to, so that they'll be able to keep working towards their goal of being able to work for themselves and work from home. So what I want to do is I want to share with them some reasons why some members have decided to join Startup Society in the past, to kind of get their wheels turning so they can think about what their reason is. But I'm a little bit stuck on it, because while I know in general reasons why people join, I would love to have their actual words. So what I decided to do is I'm going to do a Facebook Live in our Startup Society forum group, our Facebook group for the Startup Society members, and I'm just going to explain to them exactly what I'm doing and ask them to tell me why they joined Startup Society, so that I can just plug their exact words into these emails and have it be completely authentic and real. Testing. Okay. Good morning. So I'm popping in here today because I'm working on writing some new membership welcome emails. So these are emails that new members get right after they join Startup Society. And one thing that I really want to do in these emails is encourage the new members to think about the reason why they decided to join Startup Society, so that they can be clear on that, and so that, sorry, my kids are in the other room, and so that as they continue to work through the action plans and they have to put in the work, that they can come back to that reason why and use it as inspiration and as their motivation for continuing to do that work that's required. Okay, so I finished up that Facebook Live. children, my goodness, they all decided to start screaming right when I decided to do that. I could have waited a little bit. They're gonna be headed out they're going to a learning co-op today. The nanny's gonna take them to a learning co-op for a few hours, for most of the afternoon really. So I'm planning to get that video recorded then that I need to get recorded, and I'm just waiting because it'll be much easier to have quiet at that point. Okay, the kids are being just a little bit too noisy. I'm very easily distracted by auditory things, so I'm gonna pop on the headphones here. I work with my headphones on a lot because it really helps with that noise distraction. So that's what's going on here. Okay, I have finally finished writing these emails for New Startup Society members. It honestly took way longer than I thought it was going to. I'm stopping my timer right now. It took me 2.5 hours to write those emails, which is a very large chunk of the time that I normally spend working in a day. So I wish it hadn't taken that long, but at the same time, that was a really important thing that needed to get taken care of because Startup Society is our main program that we offer, and I think that those new emails that I just wrote will really help them in those ways. Okay, so finally done with that. Okay, so I think that I'm going to take a little break now and grab a quick snack because it is almost noon. My house is quiet now because the kids left for their learning co-op. This is what they did to the living room before they left. Of course, you need to have stools on the couch, you know, that's always super useful. It's not too bad. It could be worse. And this is actually the part I'm more bothered by. Right now, my sink is full of dishes, which is something that really bothers me, kind of a pet peeve. And normally I take care of them every single evening before I go to bed. So now I have a sink full of dishes, which isn't very cool. Hopefully I have time to deal with that later today. So I got my snack, and oh my goodness, this camera is crooked. I got my snack, and normally if my family was here, then I would go out and eat lunch with them at about noon, because I realized earlier I said, it's about noon, so I'm gonna go get a snack, and that was a little bit weird because when you get lunch at noon. But because my house is completely empty right now, I might as well just get work done. So I've got myself a snack, and I'm going to get some work done while I'm eating the snack. Now there's a lot of things, of course, that you can't do while you're eating, but one thing that I have to do every single week is review the edited videos that we recorded the previous week. I don't typically edit my own YouTube videos or the videos for my courses. I have an editing team that takes care of that for me, but I do have to review them afterwards, make sure that everything's okay, and ask them to change anything that I want to change. And it just takes a fair amount of time to go through all that video that we create every single week. But it's something that I don't really need my hands for because I'm not typing, I'm mostly just watching a video. So that's what I'm gonna work on while I eat my snack. So with that done, I have now assigned those requests for final edits back to the editor in Asana so that he can take care of it. And now I'm going to get into the more important video I needed to review. Video went pretty well, but I was recording my screen the whole time so that I could be showing you guys inside my YouTube Analytics dashboard, and thought everything was great. But then when I went to get that recording I had made, I found out that it wasn't actually recording. So now I have to review that video that now has been edited, only without the screen recording at all, and I have to recreate the screen recording while I'm watching it. That's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so I have finished reviewing now all 3 of those YouTube videos, and this last one, it didn't actually need any changes at all. I had like a couple ideas for things I might like to see different, so I let the editor know about that, but it is good to go as it is. So I'm just going to take a look at my to-do list here that still has a lot of things on it, and see what else is time sensitive at all, and at least take care of those things, and then we'll go from there. Okay, this is extremely frustrating because there's just so many things in my office that could be straight or look crooked. There's just a lot of lines. As you probably know, I don't normally film my own YouTube videos. I'm not really in the habit of setting up, like in practice, with setting up this particular set to film, and it's just taking me a ridiculous amount of time. I'm just filming this today because it needs to get filmed, and it should be something quick and easy, not something where I need someone to hold a camera or anything, and just seemed like the easiest way to get it done. But I'm kind of regretting it because I'm spending so much time just getting set up. I see the world in front of you, and I can't wait to really get into this with you guys. I did it! That only took like a long time. It took an hour to film that one short video. That's why I normally film like 2 or 3 videos back to back. And it's also why I normally have help, because setting up is too much work. So I think I'm gonna put in about 1 final hour of work, try to knock out a few of these smaller but important things. Right now I'm going to focus in on my email. And that right there is inbox 0. I was expecting there to be an hour of emails here that I wasn't gonna quite get through, but I've only been working on it for 22 minutes. But that is the power of having a team, having a few people. My team is not big. I have just a few people who work for me part-time, but they help me so much. They deal with really serving the customers really well, making sure that we're helping them with account issues and helping them also to like just answering their business questions, their YouTube questions, all of that. And then they only pass me the emails that they don't know the answer to, that I haven't already told them an answer to. And so it really means I don't have that many emails to deal with. Such a blessing. Okay, so here's what's left on my to-do list now. So all of this should take me about 30 minutes, and then I'll be all done. Okay, so it turns out 10 minutes was plenty of time to answer everyone's questions in the Startup Society Facebook group, which is awesome. So now I am going to get into that design work, hoping that Photoshop cooperates me with on this computer that still is being a little bit slow because those big files are still uploading, but that shouldn't take me very long either, then I'll be done. Okay, so I'm down to the last item on my to-do list, and that is to review some thumbnails that another designer created. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna record a little video for my project manager, Courtney, giving her my thoughts on these thumbnails so that she can communicate that to the designer and get us some designs that will work for the videos. Okay, that's done, and that means I'm done with everything. It is 4:47, definitely a little later than I normally stop working. A day in the life of an entrepreneur really is very flexible and variable from one day to the next because we don't have that externally dictated schedule. We don't have like a boss telling us show up at this time and leave at this time. I try to work pretty steady hours, starting every morning at about 8 and then ending sometime in the early afternoon, just so my family has some structure and also so I have structure because it helps me be more productive. but that doesn't always happen because it doesn't have to. So anyway, so I'm all done and I hear children who have arrived home right on time. So I'm gonna go spend some time with them. I'm also gonna take a shower because my hair's clean, but I feel like I stink. So I'm gonna take a shower and make something for dinner, and then I'm gonna take the kids to Awana's, which is like a kids Bible study program kind of, and then come home and get ready for bed and go to bed. Hello, children. I see 2 children. Oh, that's a child. You sleepy there? Who do you see there? Who do you see? Yeah, Verity. Not yet. We don't know how it's supposed to be. What would you like to eat? Toys? Candy toys. Cheese. We're gonna eat cheese. Cheese.
I'm sorry, she does have some stuff in the front that I would like to.
Some food. Oh, look. It's a new game. Yeah, it looks pretty good, huh? New game. How is that banana? Do you like it?
Oh, and there's right in front of them.
Well, I had every intention of making salad to go with this pasta, but again, I blame vlogging. Vlogging took the time of cooking today, so we worked and we vlogged and we did not cook. So we're having pasta for dinner, and then we need to run out the door to get to Awana's.
Hi, I'm Walter. I'm Isaac. I'm Isaac.
Okay, so I just got back from taking the kids to Awana's, and while I was there, I met up with a friend of mine and we had a good long talk. So now the kids are eating, Zach, stop doing that. The kids are eating dinner number 2 because of course you have to eat before you go to bed. And I'm going to clean up this room because tomorrow morning a bunch of my mom friends are all coming for our weekly play group. We get together with our kids and the moms get a chance to talk and to pray for each other, and the kids get a chance to play. And they're coming to my house tomorrow, so I need to clean up my living room so that they have a place to be. My day's pretty much done now, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes of a day in my life as a digital entrepreneur and as the CEO of a 6-figure business. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos in the future about entrepreneurship, about success, about working for yourself, then make sure you subscribe to my channel because I make new videos on those topics every single week. They're not normally like this. They're normally a little bit more practical, a little bit more helpful maybe, but I hope that you enjoyed this one as well. So I'd love to see you back here again sometime. the echo in here is really bad, so I'm gonna stop talking in here, but thanks so much for watching. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you again next week. Bye guys.